All righty. Ashley Mirth, take it away. Introduce yourself.
Hello, guys. One second. Honey, can I do my Zoom and then we will chat about. Hold on. Sit up. Sorry, guys. I'm momming at the same time.
It's like record, hey mom, I need you.
Seriously. She couldn't have timed that better. Hello, guys. My name is Ashley Mirth. If you don't know me, I'm sure we might have some new people on tonight. I am your guys' Ambassador Diamond upline. I'm just above Tara, who is also soon to be your Presidential and Ambassador Diamond upline. Holla.
Wow.
So leadership has always been like one of my favorite things to talk about because I just feel like it's so important in business. There's no right and there's no wrong. Do you hear Braylon? Is she making a lot of noise? Sorry. There's no right and wrong, but it's just about who you are and what you want to do and things like that. But I just want to give some tips on things that I really, really feel strongly about. And I'm very sure that Tara also loves a lot of the same things. So I wrote down notes. Okay, I didn't write down notes. I wrote down the questions that were sent to me. So the notes are in my head. But I actually want to start with the first or the last question, just becoming a leader, because I feel so strongly that becoming a leader starts way before you enroll anybody. You will not enroll people, not good people, unless you are a leader, which is kind of like a terrifying thing, but it's not. Like it feels terrifying, but it's not, is what I mean. So it starts with helping people, being willing to go out and learn things yourself and then reciprocate that to other people, even when it doesn't benefit yourself. I will repeat that, even when it doesn't benefit yourself. When you can help somebody else be successful, when it has no effect on you whatsoever, you are going to get rewarded for that. Okay, so you have to start being a leader before anything magic's going to happen in your business. Go out and learn. Go out and try new things. Go out and do self-development. Go out and do things. Learn from it and then teach other people it. And people are naturally going to be attracted to you. They naturally will just come to you because you're sending out the vibes. I can't even explain it. It's legit, I promise. So go out and be a leader before you can become a leader. Yeah, I said that right. Okay. So, getting to know new people. I wanted to, Ray, can you turn that down just a couple notches? They don't want to hear your music. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. I have a helper. What was I saying? Getting to know new people. So this is everyone kind of is going to do their own thing. I will say that I do not send a welcome email or text. I do everything through Facebook Messenger because that's where I can like keep things. That's where I can like keep things straight. Oh my gosh, I don't know. Hold on, I'm just trying to get my screen back to like the way I want it. Oh, it's up here, gallery. There we go. That's where I keep everything. Emails are not my best friend. I just go through 500 emails a day with nothing. So I just use Facebook Messenger. So where you guys are in your business, almost anybody who's getting on here, when somebody new joins your team, send them a friend request on Facebook. Be their friend. I swear whenever you build a great relationship with your team and friendship, and not everybody's going to jive and you're not going to be able to be best friends. You're not going to be able to have these great conversations with everybody, but just building that relationship builds a lot of trust and a mutual understanding of helping each other. That is huge. That is so huge. So in your reports every day, you go to reports, downline activity, you see who's enrolling. Talk to their leader, find them on Facebook, send them a friend request, comment on their posts, send them a message whenever they enroll somebody, cheer them on, be a good friend, be a good encourager, be a good leader, and they're going to want to do the same to make you happy and to help you and do those things. So that's really, it's something I've always loved from the very, very beginning. Tara's been with me for almost as long as I've been doing this. I don't know when you enrolled, but I know it wasn't too long after me. And, we had that chat. I don't even know if you were in that chat because of your situation with your upline, but we had like this team chat and we were just best friends. And it
I
was
wasn't
great.
in there.
You were in that, Jack? I think so, because her upline was a peach. And the upline above her is really a peach. So you guys don't know her, do you?
They don't.
No?
They've never
No?
had any contact with either of them.
Good. One of them is now officially quit. The other one's never going to quit, so that's cool. So anyways, to build those relationships, reach out to people. So I met Tara because I saw her enrolling and building a chart, and I messaged her. I do not ask for permission from my team. Can I message this person? They're doing good. I don't ask for permission. If you're in my downline activity, you're on my team. And I'm going to encourage somebody that is doing good and that needs encouragement, and that just hearing that you're doing good, it's such a huge thing. Okay. I did not wait for
I
anybody.
still remember that. You're like, hi, who are you and what are you doing?
Is that really what I said?
It was basically along those lines, like, what are you doing to sign so many people? I'm like, I have no stinking clue.
She literally had no clue because nobody was helping her. I was like, and then we were charting, and then, okay, so here's the thing. The person above her, I needed her to be ruby for me to be diamond, maybe double. I don't even remember. So I was like, I told her, Christine, I'll help you be ruby. And then like I committed to that. And then I meet Tara because I see her enrolling and I look at her chart and she was like ruby already. And I'm like, I still had to help Christine go ruby now. And Tara did it all on her own. She was amazing, just amazing. So yeah, and also Courtney Lavey, whenever she signed up and she was enrolling a lot, I messaged her and I said the same thing. And she says all the time that just me reaching out to her just made her feel like $1 million and kept her going. And you guys see where that went. So never be scared to reach out to somebody in your downline. I don't care if they made a perfect post. Send them a message and say, hey, that was bomb. Hey, that was amazing. Let's lift each other up. We are so much better together. Keeping momentum. So like, I know we're all like adults. I don't know if all of us have kids, but I'm going to assume most of us do. And we are tired, right? We're just tired humans. And I know it's hard whenever you're thinking, oh, I just want 5 minutes to myself. But you just work. You work because momentum is built. You create the momentum. Momentum is very hard to like create and keep going, but it goes away so fast, and you do not want to lose grip on any kind of momentum. Okay, and I'm not saying don't take time for yourself, because please, you have to take time for yourself, but you have to make sure you do the things you have to do before you allow yourself to do the things you want to do. For example, if I'm like, I just want to watch Grey's Anatomy because I'm human and I want to watch Grey's Anatomy, okay? If you guys don't watch Grey's Anatomy, I don't understand your life. Sarah probably doesn't watch it, do you?
No. I'm sorry.
So, anyway. So I'm like, okay, but first I need to go follow, unfollow, and message 20 people. I give myself a list. Do these things, then you can do that thing. Okay, because like I said, building momentum, hard work, and it goes away so fast whenever you think, I'm good. I've got a lot of people coming to me. I signed up 5 people already this month. I can take a break. You cannot take a break because you're signing up people from the work that you did weeks and months before. And so whenever you take a break, it slows down, and then you go through this huge dry spell, and that's when your head gets in the way. You go through that dry spell and you feel like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. I suck. I'm not able to do this. Oh, I want this. I want that. That's the chatterbox. If you want to read Crash the Chatterbox, I suggest it. Not true. Not true. It's like this because of the break that you took. Okay. So never take it for granted. You guys are building something amazing. Keep building. So I started 5 years ago last month, February 19th. Never forget it. So I know like this time is just so precious. And when you are on fire, man, you just have all the energy in the world to be talking to people all day long. And it's so great. And that's that momentum. And whenever you think that's enough and you take a break, then you lose that fire, and then you're really, really tired, and then you don't want to talk to people, and it's just a downward spiral. So just don't do that. I know it's like easier said than done, but that's just the truth. You don't allow yourself to give in to that mentality. We are building the most amazing business here. I've been trying for 2 weeks now, because it's my 5-year anniversary was like 2 weeks ago. I've been wanting to make a post about my 5-year anniversary. Okay. And I'm, for the most part, pretty good with words, with writing words out. But for some reason, this is like a big struggle for me, because I think, what could I say that impacts people enough? Because I've stuck around for 5 years. You know, I've seen the big bigs, I've seen the small smalls, I've seen the struggles, the tears, people, whatever, the people talking trash, you know, I've seen it all. But, you know, it hit me really hard in what I said today. And it wasn't really a 5-year post, but when I said that my family told me no, they were not interested because it was a fad and it was going to go away. Okay. And in that moment, it really broke my heart whenever they said that. But then I thought, you know what? If I make $10,000 a month for 1 month, why is that bad? It is never bad. It is never bad to be doing whatever you're doing to make an income, even if it is short term, which it's not. Okay. But I mean, it's all in our mind. It's all in our control. Sometimes it just doesn't feel that way, but it's always good to create these amazing incomes, even if it's for a short while, because don't you want to live? Don't you want to give yourself the chance to live? When you get a taste of that, you don't want to let it go. And I don't want anybody to be greedy or feel like it's never enough, but I also don't want you to be complacent, because complacency does nothing. And I'm not just talking about in your business, but in your life. Complacency is gross. And I say that knowing that I know how to become complacent too. It is gross. It is not a good place to be. It is not a good feeling to have. It's so good whenever you're doing something that sets your soul on fire. And there's no other way for me to describe it, because I know for me in this business, I've always just known in my soul. That's the way I've always described it. In my soul, this is where I'm supposed to be. I knew it from the very beginning. I got chills when I thought about it. I used to sit up and rock Braylon, who's still not sleeping. See? She never slept. I rocked her all night long for 14 months. It was forever. And I would sit there and dream about Ruby. Okay. I was an executive, and I would just dream about Ruby and just thinking, oh my gosh, that's $500 a month for me and $300 for Joey. That's $800 a month that I can make from home. And it gave me the chills. I was so excited about that extra money. And you guys, when I went executive, my paycheck was like $200. I was like, I'm not even making the minimum, the average. And when I went Ruby, my paycheck was like $300. Okay. Like, it was not these high, huge paychecks at first, but I was so happy to be making the money I was making from home. And that fire, you guys, is what's going to fuel you all the way to diamond, double, triple, presidential, and ambassador, especially with this new chart. I love the 3 legs. I think it is so simple. So it's besides the point. So simple. Look how big my hands look on that camera, because they're like forward. So this fire that you're feeling, you know, it starts. I'm just freaking rambling now, but I'm just fired up, because this fire is so good and it just takes you so far. And that's what you do to keep your momentum going, is to feel that fire and to know what you want and that you're willing to do what it takes to get there. Okay. So don't lose that fire.
Can I ask you one question? When you're working with the momentum, like with your team, how is it that you go about choosing who you need to get you, like what do you do to rev up the wheels to get everyone just moving together with you, so you're all like moving at the same pace to really get it going? Because it's like, it's like a snowball. Like, it starts out small and then it's like you build it. So like, what are the best steps to get these guys to get their teams like in that snowball effect, and then just like, boom, they've got this big momentum going on?
You have to have a very precise plan, like goal. Okay, that's what I want to say. So you say, I'm going to be diamond next month, and you're like, I don't know how this is going to work. So you look at what you have going on, even if it's nothing. You pick somebody that's closest to emerald. You look at them, you say, that's my emerald. And then you message them. You say, hey girl, are you ready to go emerald this month? And then you go to their Ruby. Hey girl, are you ready to go Ruby this month? The other Ruby. Hey girl, you're Ruby this month. Are you so excited? And they don't have any idea what the heck you're talking about. They're just like, yeah, let's do it. What do I need to do? And you're like, girl, we need to start signing some customers. And they're like, okay, I'm messaging like crazy. So what you have to do if you want to promote, you give your team their goal. They have no idea what their goal is. You go to them and you tell them, this is your goal. This is your goal. Jordan, you're going double this month. Like, heck yeah. I don't know your chart off the back of my head, Jordan, but I'm going to say, Courtney, you're diamond. You go diamond this month. And she's so excited because she's getting a $10,000 bonus. And so that fire really just, that's what trickles down. You go to your 400 box and say, oh my gosh, you're going to be in the 400 club. Actually, we're kind of changing it around to the 500 because that helps with volume totals. You only need 400 for chart. We want to encourage 500. You guys got me. So, girl, you're going to be in the 500 club this month. And they're like, what's that? That is your first huge accomplishment. 500 in sales. I mean, if they have 500 PBV, that's a $75 paycheck. Okay. That's like pretty freaking amazing. And you just tell them their goal. They're going to say, how do I do it? What do I need to do? You need to sign people. How do I sign people? You need to message 25 people 3 times a day. Whatever you know, you need to say. Be very direct, give your team their goal, and have everybody watching downline activity. Every enrollment needs to be discussed and placed. You tell them where to place it. You are a leader. Is this your leaders only? Tara, is everybody? Oh, okay. You tell them where to place it. Do not be scared to tell them. They don't know what they're doing. Okay. You are not doing this in some way that's going to hurt them. You are going to help them make money, which helps you make money. It's all a mutual thing here. We all help each other. It benefits us all. And that fire can take them on up to emerald, diamond, double, whatever. So you tell them where to place their thing. Get out your chart. You're like, hey, here's your chart. You need to place this next distributor under Lisa. I'm really bad at coming up with names off the top of my head.
We might have a Lisa on the team.
We do, but this is Lisa. Me. So you tell them where to place it. Do not fear that. That was what you were asking, right?
Yeah, like specifics, like how they could get things started so then they can continue it moving forward and on and on and on to like they've got like this massive momentum.
Yeah. I mean, it all is going to start with you at the end of the day. It's all going to start with you and your energy and the vibes you're putting out. Show your team you're working. Show them you're enrolling. Show them you're excited. And just love on them. Just love on them. Every time I talk to Courtney, because she's just blown us all out of the water this last year, right? Like, what are you doing? And she literally looked at me and said, Ashley, I'm doing what you taught me to do. And I'm like, can you remind me? She's like, I'm just loving on my team and I'm just encouraging them. Just that relationship makes a huge difference. She builds, she tells people where to build. And I think that at some point we got scared of telling people where to build because we were scared of letting them down or feeling like I'm telling them where to build so I can go diamond. And that felt weird, but it's not weird because I told people where to build and yeah, I went diamond, but they went diamond too. And then they had people go diamond too. You know, it creates that big momentum. So do not fear being a leader. And you know what, if they're not going to reciprocate, if they're not going to like you telling them what to do, like, okay, make them a 500 box. See what I did there? 500 box.
I like that 500 box.
It gets us a lot closer. I mean, then you only need 500 more for Ruby as opposed to
8.
Yeah. It's nice. So, yeah. So that's good. Charting. I know you said charting too. So, I mean, I do like basically what I was saying. I watch downline activity. I watch where people are coming in, and then I talk to the person that enrolled them on where they need to place them, where they want to place them, what their plan is. And I just keep track of that. But at the end of the day, you are determining where the chart is going. So just determine it. It is definitely helping you, but it is helping them too. Don't fear that.
So do
Okay.
you update your volumes and stuff with each order, with each week, or how often are you like checking the volume to make sure that things are where they're supposed to be with charting?
Okay, so for example, I have just kind of wipe. So I did this chart last night, right? What is today? The first? Yeah. I think that was last night, the end of the month. When was that? Last month. So anyways, I did this chart last night. So I went through and I filled out the things, and then I wrote down their volumes where they stood last night. This is my favorite way to chart. I mean, and it's not perfect. There's no perfect way to chart, but this gives me like a baseline. So I know that Renee under Lauren needs to be a 500 box, 400 box. She had 151 last month. Now I know about what I need to get her this month. So my favorite baseline is to start at the end of the month, but obviously that's not always going to work. You have new people come in and you don't know, but I mean, where you guys are, you should be able to watch your downline orders like crazy. I mean, just check it once a day. I mean, it should be pretty fast, and you can see what was enrolled and talk to them about where it's placed so you can update it very fast. I just used Tree Viewer for it. Somebody was, I feel like maybe it was Tina. I don't know. They were confusing me and telling me they did it a different way. I just use Tree Viewer. And if you're starting like today, you go through, you look at Renee, and then you look at the loyal customers under her and what their orders are supposed to be. You write those down, and that gives you a projected volume.
Yeah, that's what I told them to do too.
Yeah. So whatever way you do it is fine, and just update it constantly. Just watch your downline activity. Basically, that's like my best advice is just to watch your downline activity and decide where your stuff is going, and then it's pretty easy to keep up with. And you can like go through and check it. If it's promoting month, I mean, you got to be all over it. So you got to be checking it daily, every other day, no less than once a week. And do not promote at the very last second, because that always leaves like there's not room to fix errors or anything. So you always want to promote. Like I always promoted 2 days in advance because I'm just like a worrywart. I don't know how I'm not all gray. I mean, seriously, just such a worrywart that something's going to go wrong, but that gives you so much time to fix it. So always just be ready. You decide now if you're promoting. You don't decide 30 days down the road. You say, I'm promoting this month. If you know you have your ducks in a row, you're promoting this month, you have your ducks in a row. So you make it happen. And so you're just watching everything constantly. I think I kind of got off on a tangent there. I'm sorry.
No, I think that was good. It's like basically like if when you have that leadership and you have the clear direction that you're telling your team like what they're going for, then you know exactly who to be watching and those enrollments and like knowing where that volume is supposed to go for them. So if you have the clear direction, you know the path they need to take, then that's your cue to watch, tell them where it goes, which is
right. And where you guys are, that should be very easy to watch downline activity. And as your team grows, like when you're up in Ambassador Diamond, you have all these legs. So like I don't know who 90% of the distributors are anymore, you know, so I don't know where those customers are. So it's got to be a lot more focused. What they need to do is create reports that you can sort by team, but I understand that that would be a real pain in the booty, and it's probably never going to happen. So, but this is how I promoted to ambassador, was watching every single enrollment and telling them where to place it. You have everything right in front of you, and you just have to watch it and tell them. So when I was all the way up until I was triple, like past triple, because I know I had promoted and I still had this, I had like 6 pieces of paper taped together. Okay, I had a huge chart. Now I generally do not need to paper chart. Like in my head, I picture a chart when it's wrote out. So I just had like a name here. I'll just hold on. Tara, Court, and Liz, Tony, Mark. So my chart was wrote out like this. It was not fancy. It was just continuous. I would have it down 50 levels deep, not 50. I didn't have 50 levels at that point, but just wide and deep. So I knew the entirety of my business. I could see it as a whole. So whenever I was trying to promote, I saw every option. And that was very helpful for me because when you have a chart like this, which is great, this is what I use when I know who's in what box and what's needed. But when I'm like this, it's very restricted and you don't see the whole picture. Because you might have somebody pop in a new Ruby and you're not watching them because you're watching this. Don't be scared to watch your entire chart, and don't be scared to change it to something that makes more sense. At the end of the day, this business is for you. It is okay to do what you need to do to make yourself money. Okay? And I know that might feel contradicting, but you're helping somebody else, which helps you at the same time. It's all just, I mean, it all just works out to where everybody's helped, but you cannot do this for somebody. You cannot maintain this for somebody, at least. So do what makes sense for you, even if that means switching it up because you're seeing everything underneath you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so that's also has to do with that momentum too. If you have someone that you were initially working with and then they kind of slacked off and someone else is picking it up, you move gears, switch gears, and start working with that person. But if you're not looking at the whole chart and you're only looking at what your view of your chart is, then you could be missing someone versus like having everything.
You'll never even know, and you'll be like, who are you? Just like Tara. I taught you guys this already and I forgot about it. Who are you? Yeah. So, oh shoot, what was I going to say? It was so good. Oh my God. Can you just repeat what you just said? Because it was so good.
When I said that if you're working with someone and then they start to slack off and you find someone else and you start working with them and you just build and work with that momentum, is that what you're asking?
Yeah, it was part of that conversation. Crap, this was so good. It was about charting, and you said you can switch gears and work with somebody. Oh my God, it was so good, you guys.
I swear.
I am so tired. I stayed up, I fell asleep like working at 11:30, and you guys, I'm an old lady and I go to bed at 10:30, okay? So, I mean, it's 10 o'clock your time, but it's only 9 o'clock my time, so I'm still good. But, so my point is I stayed up late and then Ava woke up early, so it's fine. So anyways, yeah, don't be scared to switch gears and see and work with somebody who's up and coming. It's always good to take the closest route. Take the closest route. Take the easiest route. You are always going to have some people that are just not there. That are just like, they're there, but they're not there. That's okay. We all have that. You can place a distributor under them and bump that volume up so they become a 400 box or whatever. But never build somebody to a rank that's not working, because you cannot maintain that. We've all done it and we all know it doesn't work because we've done it. So it's like one thing to have somebody get them to 400. It's another thing to get somebody to diamond that's doing nothing. It won't maintain itself. Find your runners and run with them, and be very vocal about the fact that you are choosing your runners and you are running with them. It's okay to be choosy. It's okay to make people feel selected. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Makes them feel really special. It's good.
Misha and I were at an event with Nina, and she says, I run with my runners. I don't walk with my walkers. Eventually they'll turn into runners or they won't, but I'm keeping my pace. And I kind of appreciated that because, like, why are you going to hold yourself back for someone who's not working at your work ethic?
Right. I mean, totally. And with these $20 codes, okay, we all know that they bring in some really not working workers. Okay? So let's be real. So I will message them if they are not reciprocating. Dude, I don't have the energy to chase after my children. I'm not going to chase after you. Okay. I want people that know how to work. And I'm not saying like ignore them, block them, whatever. If they come to you, you help somebody who comes to you. But do not waste your energy. Okay. So don't go above and beyond sending them all these trainings and things when they're just saying K back. We all know what K means. Okay. We all know what that means.
It's funny because even like I do the same thing. Like I will work with someone and then when I'm not getting anything reciprocated, I just kind of move on. And eventually when they are ready, if they are ready, they make it apparent and they come to you like, all right, I'm ready. And I'm like, all right, let's do this. Here's what you need to do. And if they still don't do it, I'm like, I'm back out.
And half the time that's what happens. They're like, I want this so bad. And you're like, okay, so what's changed? Like, are you ready to do this? And then they don't respond. Nothing's changed. They're all talk. They're never going to work until they're ready to. So
You just keep on moving. So that's like something that you guys, oh, Jordan, were you going to say something?
That actually literally was a question I wrote down when you brought up the $20 codes. I prefer when there's not a $20 code because it's like, somebody's going to work. So I'm super crazy selective who I'm going to sign up. But my newer DTs aren't. Like they are just excited that somebody wants to do it, or at least said they want to do it. So they're coming to me, hey, I got a new distributor. What do I do? Like they're sick right now, but they said they'd start in a couple of weeks. Like I don't want to like shoot down their fire because I'm excited for them. But in my head, I'm like, that person's not going to work, So I'm wondering, like, I know my strategy and tactic if I were to sign somebody up, but I don't like somebody that's brand new, that's signing a brand new person. I'm trying to figure out how to talk to them tactfully without breaking their spirit. Does that make sense?
I mean, I would just encourage them, be like, oh man, I hate when that happens. Do you think you can talk to them about how easy this is to work even when you're sick? And then I would say, let's go sign 2 more to replace them just in case.
Okay.
Encourage them to do more to replace it because we know, like you said, we know that they're not going to come around and work. I mean, that's what it is. And you don't want to ruin their fire. So you just encourage them to keep fire and keep getting more. At the end of the day, this business is just a numbers game. How many people can you talk to? How many people can you sign up? Any business, I mean, in the entire world, not just like network marketing, but businesses in general. It's just a numbers game. So we want to sign more. And if you feel like the people that you're signing aren't doing what you need to do, go sign more. Do not search for your rock star. Be your rock star. Someone said that at conference. I don't remember who it was. But it's just very good. And it's something Jade always says too. When I'm like, oh my gosh. Because since I went diamond, I have yet to enroll like a big heavy enroller. Okay. Never. And I've been diamond for almost 5 years, right? I'm like, oh, I just want my rock star. And she said, stop. Go be your rock star if you want to enroll one. I'm like, whoa. That's deep and so true. Be your rock star. I don't know how I got off on that tangent. Sorry.
I just have a question. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So my question is, I have a couple of people that have started. One of them, I found out that she has rheumatoid arthritis, and so there are some days that are a little rough for her. And there is another girl that started as well, and she had an accident, and now she's bound to like a wheelchair, and so she has some rough days too. They both want this really bad. They they express how much they really want this and they are actually working. It's just, of course, they don't work every day, or they don't, and so they're not getting LCs on a regular basis like some of the other girls. But how I want to push them, but I don't want to push them too much to where they feel like, does that make sense? How do you deal with that?
Well, first of all, what I would highly suggest them do is when they're feeling great, they need to set up a lot of drafts. They need to get themselves set up so when they're not having a good day, it's very easy to choose from an album or upload or post on a draft. Very easy. Okay. If like the rheumatoid arthritis, I mean, I don't know much about it, but I'm pretty sure it's where your joints hurt pretty bad, right? That they can voice message. They don't have to text things out. Voice messaging is very personal. People respond to it pretty great. So they can just voice message people and just follow up. You have to encourage daily action, okay? Because we all know daily action is what builds a business. And if they're not doing it daily, they're not going to build it. So you have to be understanding, empathetic, yet encouraging and give them direction. So, girl, I mean, I can't understand what you're going through. I feel sad for you that you have to deal with this, but I know that you are so incredible and you are so capable of doing anything. Here's options that we can do to make you be able to work your business every day. I mean, it's like a kind of straightforward nudge of work your business every day. I mean, you can even just come out and say, I just want to be totally honest with you and say that a business like this has to be worked on the daily, even if it's small actions each day. It has to be worked on the daily. Let's find a way to set it up for when you're having your bad days. It's very easy to do posting. I mean, they can use Captivate to follow. That's a press of a button. Okay, they can use drafts for posts, stories. You can literally make an album in your iPhone that says stories, and then they can swipe up and choose their stories. So it's very easy. Voice messaging. I don't know that I would cold message with a voice message, but I mean, I guess it's worth a try. They could do it. It's probably more likely to be listened to. It's all about just getting people to you. Yeah. So just hear their excuse and raise them 20.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
That was good advice. Thanks, Ashley.
You're welcome, Tara. Thank you.
Are we still open to questions?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Because I have another question. So when you first started, what did you do that you thought was really good, and then one day you were like, this isn't good, I need to stop it now? Like, I just want to...
Okay, something that I thought was great, and then I realized this is not great, I should stop. This is a long time ago, okay? Tara, do you have an answer to this while I think? What did I do that I thought was great that wasn't?
Like,
posting.
I feel like I had no idea.
Pictures 6 times a day?
Well, yeah, but I mean, I posted 12 times a day on Instagram, but that's like what worked at that time. So like as time went on and things changed, like we had to change with it. But at that time, that's what worked. And they were like the green pictures, okay? They were not pretty. You remember that, Tara?
Yeah, and everything was very generic. Like, if you want to lose weight, DM me. Everything was like so generic, the worst, no personality at all.
But it worked. Like, it was that simple. And so, I mean, I can't say that that's something I did that I wish that I wouldn't have. I don't know. You know, I just feel like I wouldn't say that I would change it because it's all learning. It's all finding. We fail our way to the top. We don't succeed our way to this. We're constantly failing again and again and learning. So I don't know. I feel like I can't give you an answer for that.
That's fine if you can't.
Perfect.
What about like something that you came across like long time ago and you're like, wow, like this really works, and I'm gonna always make sure that this is a part of my business?
Again, I feel like it's kind of the same, that times change, but something that I can say that I know really works, and I mean, we all are going to look at it from a different standpoint, but the secret, the whole, you attract what you are. You attract what you're putting out. I mean, there's many different ways to look at it and talk about it, but I very, very much believe that if you just believe in yourself and mentally you are there and you are willing to back it up with the work, it's going to happen. And I thought this secret was like a crock of poop. Okay. I was like, this is so dumb. Why am I watching this? And then I tested it on, you guys are going to laugh, on Braylon, because she was such a joyous baby. She used to scream in the car seat from point A to point B the entire time. I was just an anxious mess. And one day, I watched The Secret. I'm like, okay, I'm going to try it with Braylon, okay? And so I get in the car. She starts screaming immediately. And I'm just like, she's not going to cry anymore. It's fine. And Joey gets in the car. He's like, what are you talking about? She's screaming. I'm like, no, it's fine. She's not going to cry. She's going to, this is ending. And I kid you not, it was like a couple days later of me doing this that she just chilled out in the car. And it was like at that point I thought, you know what? Like, just be positive and just believe, and things will happen as long as you're willing to like do the things, you know, obviously. So, I mean, I just think for me, it's just give yourself some credit, work, believe, be excited, and it just comes. It just comes. Tara, what's your answer? I'm just curious. I know you have one.
Oh, I do?
Yeah. Tara's very good at speaking.
These people know me. They know that's not even true.
Oh my gosh.
I'm always fumbling over my words like, wait, guys, what was I saying?
Oh, really? So me and you were just two peas in a pod. I really wish I would have remembered what I wanted to tell you guys about the charting thing. I'm going to remember it like in my dreams tonight.
And then you can text me and then I'll let them know for you.
I will.
So the question was like, what's something that like I felt it was good?
Yeah. That you just
I know something within myself that was good and I wish I wouldn't have changed was the fact that like everything in the business was so new. So every little thing to me was truly exciting, and I could not contain myself. If you watch my old videos that I used to do, I was like so excited, and I was just like, I can't even contain myself. And then it started, like the newness started wearing off, and I felt like I wasn't as truly excited anymore. And I was just like, yeah, so this is like the same thing. That is what I feel helped propel me into my business, because people didn't know what the heck I was selling because I couldn't even explain it. I was so excited, but they wanted what I had. So I had people coming at me like, I want to buy what she's got because she just loves it. And I'm like, yeah, I love it. What is it? Everybody wants it. This is so amazing. And I was just so extremely vocal about every little minor detail that to me now would be like nothing. But I think people saw that, and, you know, people want what other people want, and I should have kept that going. But I was just like, it's not as new. It's not as exciting for me right now. But now it's just like little things are happening in my business again that hasn't happened in a long time. And I'm like, this is so exciting. And I feel like I'm getting back to that again. And like people want what I have again. I'm like, this is amazing. So I just feel like just being extra about everything. And it's just
we were so unapologetic about how incredible it was to earn $2 from a sample. We were like, this is the best thing in the world. And people were like, oh, that is the best thing in the world. It's like literally the vibes you put out, that's what comes back in. And it was beautiful. So beautiful. I understand exactly what you're saying.
I go back and watch my old videos and it gets me hyped again. I'm like, yes, go you. Just like, all right,
like Tiffany, her so funny. She's like, I just watched my video and I was crying.
Who?
Tiffany, her.
She was so spastic.
In person, she is like, I mean, she literally just has an energy that attracts you to her. And it's just that excitement. It's just very good. It's very good stuff.
So that would be my answer to you, Misha. Just like that is something that I had that really
Your answer's much better.
Built, but then I kind of lost that within me a little bit, and I'm finding it again, and the same thing is happening 2 times around. So it can't be a fluke. That is the truth.
I was going to say I've never seen you without that, Tara, because the things you're describing, I'm like, you do that every day. So you got it back, girl. You're good.
Tara's just so blue that when she speaks and just does these videos, you just come alive. Come alive.
Yeah, because at home when I'm by myself and I'm like, Murr.
That's how I am when I'm on videos too, so it's fine.
That was a good question, Misha.
That was very good.
Okay, so is that all the questions?
That's all I wrote down, but my notes were pretty slim pickings.
Let me check the chat one more time because I thought there was one that Saray asked that I didn't put down there.
I did want to know, Ashley, how much belly-to-belly interaction do you do versus social media? Because I prefer social media, but Do you do events? Do you do vendor events? What do you do? That's a good face.
People scare the bejesus out of me. I'm a very big introvert. This business is my fave because I can work it online and hide behind my screen because it's a freeing thing for people like me. I have done events, I have done parties, and they went fine. But for me, it like creates this. I mean, it's a very, very exhausting anxiety in me. But that doesn't mean that I won't do them. It just means that I know it's a very exhausting thing for me. I am not good at thinking on the spot. So like someone asked me something crazy and like putting words together in my head is like very difficult. I really prefer to like write. That's why I usually like write notes. But I wrote down questions, so I had a starting point tonight. So I would say the ratio is like 99 online to 1 belly to belly. But if somebody like asked me about it, I talk, but I just feel like my head grows to 500 feet and everybody's staring at me and I don't know what to say anymore. But that's all in practice. It's all in just doing it. Yes. So I know that. And I also live out here in Missouri, which is fantastic. It's really Missouri. I was just kidding. Tiny town, Missouri. This town is not like the greatest for it because they're a bunch of meanies, but I am open to being uncomfortable. Like that question that I just answered in a really uncomfortable manner. So I wouldn't shut up about it.
I have another question.
Yeah.
Is there something, like if you're saying like, hey, this week I want to enroll a bunch of LCs this week. Is there something that you really do to prepare for that? Is there something like a certain type of message or a certain product that you are messaging about? Or like, just like down to the details, you know what I mean? Like you're like, I know that I always get customers with the cleanse. So this is the message I'm going to put together. And then I'm going to upsell from that. Or, you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
We want mass enrolling tips.
Yeah.
It's all just a numbers game. You want to enroll more, you message more, you follow more. I mean, in my opinion, following 100% impacts my business greatly. The amount of new followers I'm bringing in, huge, huge, huge factor. Stories and messaging. So like if you want to enroll 3 times as much, you have to message 3 times as much. Honest to goodness, I think the best message you can send is one that you write. I don't know. People somehow know. They just know when you did not write that darn message and it does not work the same. I don't know how, because man, I would love to just copy and paste everybody else's messages because they say them so much better than me, but people know. So you just have to write your own. Cleanse does sell really crazy, but it's not, I feel like since it's not one of my favorite products, it's hard for me to be like super passionate about it. So like I like to do things that I'm more passionate about, like the keto coffee and greens for breakfast. My goodness, it's just my jam. My hair, skin, nails, Confianza. Really, I should really start taking it again because it really does just chill me out and just make me just feel like zen. So
it focuses my mind. I was just gonna say that, like the Confianza, like it focuses my mind. Like I really, really like that a lot.
You want to laugh? You want to know what Confianza does for me? It makes me not want to scream at my children.
That's always a good thing.
Be like, okay, cool. It works great. So like whatever you are passionate about is what you want to do. If you're great at upselling, upsell everything. And if you want to enroll 3 times as many customers, you better be willing to message 3 times as many people and follow 3 times as many people. You have to bring new people in. My stories, I watch, like when I post stories, I watch how many people are viewing them. If I am not following, the viewers go down very consistently. If I am following and adding new followers like crazy, I get more and more and more and more and more views. So it's very much correlated. I think you did say something about mass enrolling. I 100% did not write that note in my notes.
Well, I know that you have a lot of mass enrollers on your team, so you get like more content than we would get because they don't really share their stuff as much on the team page.
Right, but I myself have never been a mass enroller.
I know
I'm
that
more like,
I know you said that before too, but I just know that you could probably ask those mass enrollers and be like, "What are you doing?" That I can like trickle it down.
they're just messaging like crazy. Honestly, anybody who is a mass enroller at this point is a mass messenger. Messenger. I said it right the first time. I was trying to say messenger. Anybody who's mass enrolling is mass messaging, and their algorithms are great. Okay, which makes my head spin. Trying to think of what I can do to make great algorithms, but
Interact, right?
I mean, literally, it makes a huge difference when your algorithms are great and people are looking at your page and interacting with you. It really, really, really does make a big difference. So you want, I mean, I guess that adds an interacting for you because when you interact, they interact back and it helps your algorithms. So I can ask them. I mean, Courtney, when you look at like Courtney, her social media presence is just out of this world, but in so many different ways because she is like this fashion icon on Instagram. So people come to her page for fashion stuff, and then she's able to throw the it works stuff into there. So I guess that's part of like branding yourself. Who are you? What do people come to your page about? You know, you look at like Melissa, it's Melissa Jean on Facebook, right? She is a dog mom. She has no kids. She's posting pictures of her pit bulls and her rescue dogs all the time. That is her brand, Allie Frazier. That is her brand. And that just makes a huge difference. And when you're kind of brandless, you're kind of just in la la land. So figure out who you are, tap into that market, following, interacting with them, messaging like crazy with a message that you come up with, and just whatever you're just like hype about. Being hype is good.
Because I feel like if you do that, it makes it so much easier to really like this business because you're actually writing and putting out content that is enjoyable to you.
Yeah.
True to yourself. So you're being very authentic.
Follow. Too. Yeah. I mean, we have to watch these stories and we have to interact with people and whatever. And if you're not enjoying, like, I am a mom through and through, right? So when I'm going through stories, half the time I don't know what to say to somebody who's not a mom. Okay? But I see a cute baby, I'm like, oh my gosh, your baby is so cute. Like, that's where my brand comes in. So you figure out, who are you? What do you enjoy? And post about that stuff. If you work out every day, be that workout person, posting videos of themselves at the gym. I tell you what, I watch those darn videos, so I know somebody likes them. Okay?
I wish it was a superpower that you could watch someone work out and receive all the benefits, because I would be so bad when I couldn't work out. I would go on YouTube and watch workout videos while I was eating lunch. Like,
well, like, let me enjoy my ice cream while you build muscle for me. Thank you.
Exactly.
Ashley, real quick, was there a reason you had to, do you keep up with 2 Instagrams, or is one just an old Instagram?
Okay, so it's like a blessing and a curse because it feels very like annoying sometimes, copy and paste. And now Instagram at least has a feature where you can post it to both at the same time. I don't have to copy and paste, but the story, so I have to save it and upload it to the second one. I have to follow on 2 accounts. I have to unfollow on 2 accounts. I have to switch back and forth for messages. But I started a new one. It's probably been a couple of years ago, maybe 3. And when I was building it, when I had 3,000 followers, I was getting buku likes. The engagement was great. And then it was like, then you get to a certain amount and the engagement kind of goes back down. It makes no sense. Okay. But it was great. And I was getting leads on both. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sick of working two, but whenever you have so many people coming to you on both of them, you're just kind of stuck with it. I don't think it's bad because if something happened to my one, I have my second one. So that's nice. But I feel like it would be better to have your sole focus on one rather than partial focus on two. Does that make sense? I feel like at the end of the day, Tara, do you have two?
I do, but I don't really work the second one consistently. I know everyone was like, Instagram is freaking out. They're gonna delete everything. So like they were like make a new account, and I was like, I just really like my people that I have on my one Instagram. So I do have another one, but I don't really utilize it
Right.
like that. And
I mean,
because
I'm
I
like,
wasn't copying and pasting when I was doing it. I was making separate content for each. So
much work. How do you have the energy?
I didn't. That's why I stuck to the one.
There you go. I mean, I very much envy you because I wish that I had one that I could have full focus on one. Because it's I mean, it's a lot for sure, but I mean,
do you think it's worth the result, or do you think it's better to just focus your attention on one?
I think if you want more results, it would be better to just up your actions on the one. Does that make sense?
Instead of splitting.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that
so
what you were getting at, Jordan?
Not really, because I have a couple of them. I just always focus on the one since I started at Works in November. But I just was wondering, like, I thought you did it on purpose because of Instagram maybe not wanting you to follow more. I thought once you got to, because you have like 14,000 on one and 17,000 on another. Like, I thought you had to do that once you reached a certain point. That's what I was asking.
No, but you can only follow 7,500 people. So once you follow that many, then you have to start unfollowing people that are still following you. And that's kind of scary, but I mean, it's just luck of the draw. It's like, oh, I'm going to unfollow you. Please don't unfollow me back. But you have to think most people don't have the app that tells them who's unfollowing them.
Right.
Okay, that's like not a real thing for most people.
I had a guy.
Sometimes people are like, I have the app. And that's like the kind of person I don't even want on my business because they're like a 5-year-old. So like just unfollow somebody. You don't have to like make a big announcement about it. Whatever.
I had this guy message me and he was like, hi, did I do something wrong? I've been following you for years and I always love your stuff. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, I have an app that unfollows anyone who hasn't posted in over 30 days. Are you inactive not posting? He's like, yeah, it's been about 2 months since I posted last. And I was like, that's why, I'm so sorry. And I said, I'll follow you back.
Oh, no.
And then I was like, post something, okay?
Oh, I hate that. That's like the scary part because you have to like unfollow people. What if it's like somebody you don't want to unfollow? But I mean, I'm at it on both accounts. I'm following 7,500 people on both accounts. I have to unfollow people. I'm not starting a third account. I mentally am not strong enough to do that times 3. Okay. So no, I was not forced to do it. And also, no, I wouldn't really recommend it.
All right. Honesty. All right. Does anyone have any final questions for Ashley before we let her hop off? Because it's been an hour already. I'm so sorry.
You are the worst.
I'm the worst.
Do people tell you that you look like Anna Kendrick?
And there it is.
So funny story. Actually, yes. I do not see it. Okay. But Joey, my husband, he's like, you know, you talk to your spouse, like, who do you think's like good looking on TV? And he says, Anna Kendrick. And I'm like, really? Like, yeah. And then like, this was like way before people started telling me I looked like Anna Kendrick. Okay? And then people would like stop me in the grocery store and tell me I look like Anna Kendrick. And like just random people, his friend's son says, oh, that looks like the girl from Pitch Perfect. So like everybody sees it. I don't really see it. But then I'm like, I mean, at least my husband has a crush on somebody that everybody thinks I look alike. But I will tell you, when I was blonde, because I'm actually a natural blonde, when I was blonde, I got told constantly I looked like Taylor Swift. This was when she first came out, okay? They were like, wow, you look a lot like Taylor Swift. Like, people would call me Taylor as like a joke because I looked so much like her. And I can actually kind of see the Taylor one. Not really now with brown hair, but like I had long, blonde, curly hair. Like,
I prefer you with your dark hair.
I do too, mostly because it's a lot easier to keep up with. Considering I dye it myself. I use good stuff. I use like salon stuff. I just do it myself because I just don't have time.
It's so simple. I love it.
They want to do your hair and talk for 3 hours. Like, if I'm sitting here, can I just work?
Thanks. I'm like, I don't have kids. Just you be quiet and do my hair.
Do you think it would be rude if I put headphones in while I did my hair? Do people do that?
They'd cut your wires.
Do you get the picture? I am not rude, but like, you know, as a mom, you go away. You want to go away. You know, maybe that's just me. It's fine. Sorry, guys. I talk too much, apparently.
You're like, adults.
This is kind of what I'm like, adults. Okay, I really like old people because like I waited tables for 8 years and it was like a very old demographic that came in. So I'm really great with old people and I'm really great with kids, but you put me around people my age and I don't know what to do with myself, which is funny because like I didn't have like a bad school experience or anything. Like everything was fine, but I don't know. I had Trace when I was 18 and then I felt super weird after that. So
You're like, okay, I'm just going to stick with my baby.
basically. And then I popped out 2 more. So.
And there it is. The 3 baby club.
Are you the 40? Are you 43 in the what?
I think I was 49 this year.
49. Okay, cool.
I think they said it so fast, nobody has any idea. And they did not tell us. So.
Oh, wow.
No, I mean, I knew I was between 50 and 30. That's the only information I knew. And I think that it was 49. It was so fast. Number 49, number 48, number 47. I think that they were running really low on time and they were trying to hurry. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Okay, sorry. Do we have any other questions? I will answer.
Are we good, guys? All right. Thank you so much, Ashley. We really appreciate you hopping on with us, especially being a mom of 3, busy yourself and taking time away for us. But they had questions and we needed to get them answered. Business leader questions at the beginning of the month. So play March Madness.
Just know your plan, ladies. Have your plan now. Tell your team their plan now. Watch all enrollments and it will happen, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.